AkronHipHop.com, the ReporterNewspaperOnline.com. It looked like business just stepped into the building. Executive hustle, like Russell, I make dough. But this guy make dough right here. Speaking about making dough, you familiar with the book Rich Dad Poor Dad?
I am.
You know, one of the dopest part of that of the book is the rich dad who was actually the poor dad. In our world, we would think the rich dad was the one that was working with the job.
Right.
Okay, but in his world it was different. Anyway, he told Robert Kiyosaki to go make some money. Dude was so open that they literally made money. Literally. And why can't, as a young guy, they didn't understand what was wrong with that. But I thought that was so dope, as his mindset was unlimited to trying to even made money. I mean, I'm talking about, when I say make the money, they literally made money. And that means, and man, so talk about that, man. Talk about having unlimited possibilities when it comes to generating capital.
That's a great subject. So today, a lot of times when we think about a job, we think about a job, right? Where you go and you work for somebody else. You go to school, you get an education, you work for somebody else or some company, right? And that's the only way that you think of making money. But the reality is there's 30, 40, 50, 100 different streets and avenues that you can take, right, with unlimited potential. If you work for somebody, there's a ceiling already established, right? Because you're paying into somebody else's dream, somebody else's vision, right? And they're only going to give you so much. Even with, you've got 5, 6, 7 degrees. The reality is at the end of the day, right? That doesn't mean you're going to make 100 million or you're going to make, a fixed amount, X, right? Because you can't go any further. When you open up and start establishing some of these other avenues, right? There is no wall, there is no ceiling. You can generate as much wealth as you want to. I mean, as much as you hustle, right? That you can make the wealth for. However you hustle the avenue that you take.
I used to tell my brother, right? He used to be like, "Yo, man, D, you crazy, son? And, I got a wife, I got kids, man, and you out here hustling." I said, "Bro, no." He said, "You a hustler," is what he said.
Right.
I said, "Bro, don't disrespect me, man. I'm a businessman."
So look,
that happens to hustle. Hold on for a second, Train. Hold on for 1 second, man. I'm gonna get that. But listen, so I used to tell my brother, I said, "Look, the guarantee with your job is you guaranteed to have the same check every 2 weeks."
Right.
My guarantee is just guaranteed to be different. My take home is guaranteed to be different. Multiply that, you have multiple streams of income. To think outside of the box is paramount when it comes to our experience here on this continent. We need to think like we used to think. There's nothing wrong with thinking like you got about, I don't know how many businesses you got. And you, I mean, dang. I mean, I thought I saw you. What are you promoting chewing gum today? Hey, real quick, man, what you talking about, Train?
Bro, listen, no, this goes with unlimited potential, right? So I was just with my dude, man, up in Highland Square. He was getting some jewelry done or whatever, some piercings. And a lady came in, and there's some real live shit out there called cow cuddling. And people pay $75 to $100 an hour to cuddle cows.
Cuddle a cow.
Just such a cute.
So that's an unlimited potential. So what you saying? So what you saying? If somebody thinking that up, you should be able to think your own.
Come on, man.
Hey, see, look, let me take it back there. See,
this is exactly what I'm talking about. Let me just tell you this, man. So I was in Twinsburg. I was getting some medicine for one of my dudes. I drove past a business foot massage, right? And 45 minutes. $80, right? The point of it is no matter what you do, there's probably 5, 6, 7, 8 other things that are attached or opportunities that you could incorporate, right? Without going to school, getting $60,000, $70,000 in debt, right? Paying into some institution, right? Only when you graduate that your jobs may be limited. Mm-hmm. You might have to get a job that pays you $10 or $12 or $14 an hour when you got $70,000 in school debt. There's so many opportunities. Another thing, I was in Tulsa, trucking company. I had no idea. As an entry-level truck driver, right? $70,000, no college education, no experience. We're going to train you on the job. I mean, again, that's one avenue, but you take some of that money that you make and you invested it for yourself, right? So you start off doing your main job, but you follow some of these other little ideas, or you become creative, right? And some of the things that you like to do, right? And you just sprinkle a little bit here, a little bit here, a little bit here, put a little time into it, and watch it grow.
Hey, man, I always tell folks, man, we got to be responsible for our own pyramid. And when I say that, because I'm coming from a place that I admire people like Khufu, okay? Ramesses the Great, okay? Now, my pyramid, I translate that to we are responsible for our own money-making organism. Organism is something that grows, breathes, and moves, okay? If I create my own business, I just created my pyramid. I created my money-making organism. It's breathing. Train, I get hit all the time with, dang, Twin, I need you to help me sell my network marketing, my pyramid scheme. They think I'm afraid of the word pyramid. I love it. But I know lately, these people don't want to call it a pyramid scheme. It's a negative connotations to it.
Absolutely.
Right, now granted, I'm going to listen you out and hear you out. I'm just not interested.
Right.
Why? First off, I don't believe in selling super sugar crisps and honeycombs to people.
Oh, man.
You're not interested. I'm not interested in selling cornflakes. But I just don't do that.
Right.
But what I'm also interested in, I see the person with that drive. I say, why don't you create your own thing? You ain't got to sell super sugar crisps.
Right.
By the time you get it to somebody, it's soggy.
Yeah.
And then it's already tainted with the pyramid thing. You should be able to take your own concept. These same people that's doing it, they got the concept. Because they don't want that work strat. They want that work structure. Right. They don't want the infrastructure of having to be locked and loaded into an office desk. So they got that mentality, the entrepreneur mentality. But entrepreneur is not somebody who's just mess around and create and make a job for themselves.
Right.
That's right.
And you just made another job for yourself.
Right. Like the brother Train explained it. He said, you know what? I'm an artist. And rapping is one of the forms.
You better say it.
Right. You know what I mean? That I do. Right. So there's so many different things that he can do. And this thing of it is, as a business owner, it's the same channel, right? You got not one talent, right?
Right.
You might have 50 talents, right? You might have 100 talents. But the point of it is we get like boxed in where we only want to focus on
why? You know why is that?
safety.
It ain't just that. It's conditioned from kindergarten. They telling you need to go to school. You need to get an education, to get an occupation, to help your financial situation. Okay, that's what they tell you, and then you go there and you do that. But in my experience, Animal, in my experience, because you was there, my brother. When I come home and it's time to eat dinner, I'm eating it with my mom, my twin brother, and my sisters, right? Well, imagine what that conversation sound like, right? Okay, some people are fortunate enough, Trey, to have daddy there. Right. The conversation's slightly different. Right. Some people are fortunate enough to have daddy there who's an entrepreneur who owns Dave Tile Cadillac. Let's say Fred Martin. Okay, his brother, uncle, comes through for dinner. He owns Spitzer. Okay, imagine what that conversation sound like, and imagine what the little Train is listening to when he's just eating dinner. Imagine what little Ace and D is listening to when they're eating dinner. But in reality, such is not the case. I'm hearing shit like, don't answer the door, that's rent-a-center. But what I'm saying is the mindset, brother. The mindset that we hear, but guilty by association. I mean, at the end of the day, I look at my man Rick Lee, I know his backstory. He probably heard some of the stuff I heard. But it motivated him to put himself around other realities so that success can rub off. Anything you got to say in closing, black man?
Man, that's it. I mean, you hit it. The point of it is once you learn and you grow, you try a little bit, you grow, you continue, you get a bigger hunger. We can't just be content with, a 9-to-5, working from, 40 years and then, or 50 years until you can't move no more. And then your final years, you in a nursing home or, something like that. No, you need to build multiple streams of income, right? Diversify yourself, right? And if your clique is telling you that, hey, this is what you got to do, and they want to keep you in this little bitty box, you got to find you another clique, another group of people that's going to challenge you and help you grow.
I like that, man. And in closing, man, this clique here, the Mecca Men. The Mecca Men, baby. Entrepreneurs making things happen. Feel me before they kill me. Have some fun and get something done. AkronHipHop.com.
Peace.